They say success breeds envy. I guess that's just the penalty of leadership. Shout out to Hov for that one. I am your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. And this one is going to be the penalty and rewards of leadership. That's right. Episode 4, we're going to talk about leadership. But before we get into that, this show is available via Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Podcasts. This episode is also brought to you by SaverBroAcademy.com, your one-stop shop for all your game needs. You can book me for coaching on SaverBroAcademy.com, and you can get all of my courses on SaverBroAcademy.com. So when you get done listening to this, go on over there and I can get you right. All your game needs, everything you need to step your game up is there for you. Also, guys, be aware, Ultimate Ladies Man Summit is happening on April 4th. The enrollment opens on April 4th of 2022. So if you missed it in October, you better jump on it now. It's going to be deep. It's going to be deep. 5 to 7 webinars, intense training webinars to get, some of the best guys in the game are going to be coming to give you all the raw game, train you into becoming the ultimate seductionist, ladies man, help your game all around. So that's Ultimate Ladies Man, April 4th. You also get 3 of my best courses, which is Attraction 101, How to Make a Woman Fall in Love with You, and the Ultimate Ladies Man Dating Guide, which teaches you how to, the dating game from A to Z, from the initial approach all the way to escalate into sex. So make sure you guys pay attention to that. Be on the lookout for that. You can go get on the waiting list right now at ultimateladiesman.com. That's April 4th. Enrollment will be opening. Also, guys, join the Patreon. We got the $5 tier. On the $5 tier, you get you'll be able to get the videos that I don't put out on YouTube. I'm bringing that back because I had to shut it down for a while to get the podcast back up and running. I meant to get the podcast up and running. But now that we got the podcast up and running, I'm bringing that back. I can devote a little bit more time into, putting that content on Patreon. Also, we have the $100 tier. The $100 tier where we'll be doing 2 private Zoom meetings per month. So all of the like-minded guys that's on that tier, we'll be chopping it up, private sessions via Zoom. You can ask me anything. We can talk about anything, read through your DMs, read through your dating profiles, get you right all the way around the board, examine your text threads, the whole 9. So, yeah, jump on the Patreon, patreon.com/King Dreism. Also, follow me on social media, King Dreism, on IG, on TikTok, and on Twitter. That's King Dreism. But let's get into this game. All right, so now Kanye back in the news. Kanye ain't been out of the news. I've been talking about Kanye every week. So I'm starting to realize, man, with Kanye and guys like this, and not that I'm starting to realize, but it's reinforcing the point that I always say. The game has to be in you and not on you. And Kanye is a perfect example of this. You have a guy, right? You have a guy who's a celebrity, who has all of the status, he has all of the money, the whole 9. Probably can bag or bone anybody's chick. The guy has probably been with countless chicks. You see what I'm saying? Body count probably in the thousands. Has slept with all type of beautiful women, the whole 9. But none of that equals the game. You see what I'm saying? Because he's still out here down bad, embarrassing himself. You see what I'm saying? Every day, a Twitter rant, every day. I just now seen that he sent a pickup truck full of roses to Kim K, trying to get her back. You see what I'm saying? This shit has to be in you, not on you. It's just because you get out here and you can sleep with a bunch of women, that don't make you a product of the game. That don't make you a player. That don't make you a stand-up guy who's worthy of respect. You have to live and breathe this shit. You have to inhale this shit. You have to, like I say, soak this ism up. You have to soak the game up. You have to live it. It has to pump through your blood. You see what I'm saying? The money don't really matter. Yes, I'm not saying that you don't need money, but money ain't gonna get you respect. Money can't buy you respect. Money can't buy you game. Money can't buy you, you having control over your woman in your situations. Your status ain't gonna get you that. All that shit just get you is it gets your foot in the door. You know, it gets you the looks. It get the eyes on you. You see what I'm saying? It gets you the attention. But what are you gonna do with it? And that's where the game come in. And again, Kanye is the prime example of what I mean when I say this shit has to be in you. You see what I'm saying? Don't think because you finna go get your muscles, you gonna be cool. Don't think because you get your money up, you gonna be cool. You exempt from the game. Don't think because, you get some status or you become famous or you become rich that you exempt from the game and you don't have to play by the rules or you don't or this shit don't apply to you. Or shit just gonna magically happen for you and everybody's just gonna give you this praise and respect and all your women gonna love and respect you because you have these external material things. The game don't work like that. Life don't work like that. Again, this game has to be in you. It has to be running through your veins. Now, with that being said, Future. Let's talk about Future for a second. Another prime example, and y'all quote, shout out to Future. Future make great music. I love Future. I love Future's music, right? Everybody touts on the internet Future, King, City Boys, and all of this. Future said that he spends $3 to $4 million per year on chick. Every time he see a beautiful woman, he just want to spoil her and spoil her. Well, as you know, on the player side of things, that's called tricking. Again, your money ain't gonna save you. A trick is a trick, right? Whether you rich, whether you poor, it's tricking if you got it. Just because a man is successful and can get pussy and can get girls, don't mean he a player by his. Don't mean he stand up. Don't mean he solid as far as the game goes. Don't mean he worthy of that type of respect. You see what I'm saying? Why would a man that can get anything he want feel the need to have to spoil chicks or, give women money, the women that he, date that don't provide him value outside of sex, right? Spoil them and splurge them and shit like that. Why would a man feel that he need to do that? Because they do that because they feel that they lacking somewhere else. When guys spend their money like that, that's an overcompensation for a lack of something else. You understand what I'm saying? And it's crazy because these dudes are in a position to, have women doing whatever, right? But they take the easy way out and they think that they can buy that respect. Now, again, like I said on the tricking episode, it's not, or last week or one of them episodes, it's cool to upgrade your chick if she provides you value. It's cool to take care of the women in your life who take care of you. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I see a beautiful woman, I just get to, I just gotta splurge on her. I just gotta spend all my money and splurge on her and spoil her. Whenever I see a beautiful woman, I can't help myself. I just get the urge to spoil her, right? That ain't P. That ain't pushing P, as the young kids say nowadays. That ain't pushing P. That ain't nothing player about that. You understand what I'm saying? That's tricking, period. I don't care who you are, rich, old, young, successful, poor, broke. If you're a trick, you are a trick, period. Future, we ain't rocking with you on that. You know what I'm saying? That's tricking. But again, that just goes to show you that the game have to be in you, not on you. You have to, let's take a moment to soak up this game. We're going to inhale it. Breathe this game. Breathe this game. It's in you, not on you. It has to go through your blood. This shit is in me. It ain't on me. Regardless of what I have, regardless of what I have, how much money I have, how I'm doing in my life, I am me, and this game runs through me. This code, this life, this way of life, it runs through me, period. Again, this game have to be in you, not on you, whether you're Kanye or Future. All right, it's email time. This came across my desk. Captain Saver, bro, got to put on his cape and save the day again. Let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. My man says, I saw a video on TikTok today. The girl was talking about her reunion with her boyfriend after a few years, after she broke up with him, and now she is happy with him. Literally, it happened to me. I just turned 20. I was with my high school girlfriend 3.5 years in a relationship, and she left me for an older dude who gave her attention. Only 5 days after she broke up via message. So she got with an older guy after only 5 days. Only 5 days after she broke up with him via message. Lying to me until I found out from our mutual friends. Totally unexpected. She told me that she needs space to focus on herself, to improve as a person, and to see whether our love was a habit or just sparks. But suddenly, after a year and a half with literally zero contact, because I gave her space, of course, she wants me back, saying that I'm her perfect husband material. And she wants us to have contact now, to have secret sex and all of that, but nothing public and formal, because she doesn't want to lose me before marriage in like 5, 6, 7 years. Because she sees me as a father of her kids in the future, ? And probably scared of other people's opinion of our current situation. She literally wants an open relationship from both sides, but to act in private like a couple. By the way, we were a famous couple before. They were calling us goals. I understand that I had been her first boyfriend. This is why I let her go, but I was totally broken. I am not now confused. This was never our problem before. I don't know what I should do now. I love her too much, so I gave her a chance to explain to me, and through contact, prove to me that she is sure about us, and prove me wrong for not trusting her, of being loyal and submissive to me like she used to be before that shock. By the way, that guy was the first real opportunity to replace me as a potential boyfriend, because she is not the one night stand type. That hurt me the most. So he's saying that the guy hurt her. The guy who she dumped him for was her potential boyfriend, right? And she's not one night stand material, but that hurt him the most. Anyway, I love your videos, by the way, but I am so confused. I didn't expect this. So please help. Best regards. All right, man. I got to be honest with you. I know it makes you feel better to tell yourself that she left me because he was giving her all the attention, but that's not true. I got to be all the way 1,000 with you, and this may hurt you, right? She didn't leave you because he was giving her attention. You was giving her all the attention. She left you because he was giving her masculine energy, alpha energy, a thrill, excitement, masculine dick, rough, excitement, thrill, adventure. That's why she left you. She didn't leave you because of no fucking energy. Again, I know that you got to make yourself feel better. I know it feels better to say that, oh well, he was giving her all the attention, and no, that's not the case. I can tell by the tone, just based on the tone of your email, I can tell, and I'm pretty sure the listeners can tell what type of boyfriend you were. She left you because you were not exciting. You were the simp. Probably more than likely the overbearing simp, giving her too much attention. You understand what I'm saying? Now, moving right along, and this is for all you other guys out there. If your girl says, I need space, or let's take a break, or I need a break so I can focus on myself, translation, I want to go ride other dick, period. Nothing more, nothing less. That's just her way of being, wanting to go test things out, test the waters, or to break free or whatever, without feeling like a cheater, period. She doesn't want to cheat, and she want to play the game correctly. So she tells you, let's take a break. That way it's not cheating. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, period. It don't mean nothing else. I'm going to move on from that, right? I get so sick and tired of guys, younger guys hit me up. My girl want to take a break. What it mean? it mean this. Are you sure? If that's all it means, bro. If a woman wants to truly focus on herself and grow and progress or whatever, it's number one, she wouldn't have been in a relationship in the first place. But when women are going through stuff and they need help and they want their man to be with them right there every step of the way. So the fact that she wants to break away from you in order to do that lets you know that that's bullshit. Women want to soak up all of your resources, all of your attention. Women will exploit you till there's nothing left. You understand what I'm saying? So again, that's just a cop out, man. She want to go do other dick. She probably already doing it and feel bad about it, and so she want to break away from you to do it and not feel bad about it. But that's the case 100% of the time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, right? You said she wants you back, right? You said she wants you back after 18 months or a year and a half. She wants you back. Let me tell you why your girl wants you back, fam. She wants you back, not because you gave her space, because you tend to think that you played the game right and you gave her space and then now she just can't live without you and you did no contact right and all that bullshit. That's not what happened. She wants you back. She wants you back because all of the other guys don't want her. She's tired of getting tossed up and fucked and ducked, and they not committing to her because they see her for who she truly is, right? They know her. They know she a thotty. They know she ain't to be taken serious. You don't know that. So when she get tired of that, she comes back to the safe duck. She comes back to you, the safe guy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't ever forget that. That's why they come back. She couldn't replace you like she thought she could, right? Or not even that she couldn't replace you. It's not that because sometimes the case may be that they go out and they test and they can't replace you. But in her case, it ain't even about her replacing you, right? It's the fact that these guys are fucking and tossing her, right? They fucking and tossing her. And she ain't really come back, which we'll get into in a second. Because it's not like she came back and she want to be with you, which we're going to break that down in a second. But she's back because they not giving her the simpy energy that she needs that you give her. That's why. It's not because you played no contact and that's not it, bro. So again, you got to step outside yourself and you got to start being honest with yourself, right? They see her for who she is and you don't, right? And so the fact that you don't lets me know what type of person you are, and she knows what type of person you are. That's why she's back. Let that marinate. She came back because she knows what type of person you are. And she can't get that from them alpha males that's breaking that back. You dig what I'm saying? Don't forget that. Now, she says that you're the perfect husband material. That's an insult, fam. She insulted you. She basically said you're the controllable duck. You're the controllable sucker. You are the beta male, the classic beta male. That's an insult when a woman says, oh, you're the perfect husband and there's no sexual attraction. There's nothing else that comes behind it. Now, if a woman sees you as a catch, if you're a catch, if you have the sexual part, you have the sexual attraction, you have the provisioning, a woman is going to want to lock you down long term. You understand what I'm saying? If they see that, they have no problem with wanting to lock you down long term. So if you know you're doing your thing, you know you out here on your player tip, they understand that, you know, they're gonna want to lock you down. That's cool. So don't take that as an insult. But if you know deep down in your heart that, you know, your girl running over you, your girl don't see you like that, your girl see you as a beta male, and if you being honest with yourself, and a woman is calling you, you know, a woman is calling you perfect husband material. If you know you're a nice guy, you know that, you know, you get the inch shit into the stick. That's an insult, fam. Period. Right. Again, that's like saying you the safe sucker beta male. Right. And that's not a spot that you want to be in. Right. Now, I want you to realize something too. Right. I want you to realize something. You said that she wants to hide you. Right. Basically, she wants to be with you or deal with you, but not put you on display. She want to continue relations with you, but on the low. So that way in 5, 6, 7 years, you know, when she's ready to, I don't understand why you even wrote me. As I'm saying that out my mouth, just paraphrasing from it, it's already apparent. Like it's already like almost like common sense, basically. Like just thinking about what I'm about to say and thinking about what she said to you, that would instantly be like, oh nah, hell no, you got me fucked up. Right? But she want to keep you on a low. So when 7 years, you know, when she's ready to have a husband, that's basically why she wants to do that, why she want to hide you and shit like that. And the reason she want to hide you is because she's ashamed of you, because she already know, you know, she already let everybody know, all her friends, her family that she talked to, they talk about you in the group chat. They know you the sucker. And if she gets back with you, she gonna look like an idiot. She gonna look like a fool. And everybody else know you a sucker too. You ain't nothing to. She feels that she can do better than you and you lower her value. That's why she want to hide you, right? But she get tremendous benefits from you because you give her the simp energy and she don't have to do much for that simping ass energy. You see what I'm saying? Women need that shit too. That simpy shit, that consistent source of validation and simp beta male energy, they need that. Right? They need that. And you are that guy. And if they can find a guy who they don't have to kick out for to get that, they struck gold. And she struck gold with you, right? Because you willing to be in an open relationship, which I'll get to in a second, but you really basically willing to accept less than, right? Accept less than you have to be crazy to believe that there's even something here. I don't even know why you wrote me, but you have to be crazy when a woman says, oh, well, I'll get back to you in 5, 6, 7 years when you're the perfect husband. It basically means that I want to go hoe around. I want to hoe around. I want to slut around. I want to ride dick. I want to ride the cock carousel or whatever they say. And, you know, I think that I can do a lot better than you. So while I try to do this, hey, you know, stay over here and we can continue to talk and I can continue to give you, you know, scraps, right? Because this girl gives you scraps. I can continue to give you scraps while you investing in me, you pouring me, and I can get all of your energy, but I fuck you here and there and moan a little soft so I can keep you going. But while I'm doing this, I want to go play the field and see if I can get what I truly deserve, because you not what I deserve. Although I do benefit a great deal from you. You have to understand, women will still deal with you if they benefit from you, especially younger women. Now, a lot of older women in their 30s that they hit the wall and all that, they ain't got time to be playing around in no bullshit relationships. But younger girls, they will use the fuck out of you and they'll still fuck with you if they benefit from you. You understand what I'm saying? So don't get that twisted, right? But again, your girl wanna ride dick because she feel like she can do better, right? She feel like she can do better, and you sucker enough to sit there, and she tried you for even just the fact that she even came to you and told you that lets me know how much respect she have for you. Ain't no woman would never come to me with no bullshit like that and try me like that. That just let me know how much respect that she has for you, which is absolutely none, right? Now, you mentioned the open relationship, right? The reason that she don't, you know why she want an open relationship. I just told you why. She wants to try other things, right? She wants to try other dick while she gets the consistent simp shit from you. But the reason she don't care about you, and she suggested that you do it, the reason she don't care about you doing it is because she know that them women ain't gonna like you anyway. She know that they ain't gonna fuck with you anyway. She know women ain't gonna give you no play anyway, because best believe me, if a woman thinks that you're a catch, she's going to do everything in her power to get rid of your options. She's not going to give you that pass if she thinks you that catch, especially a woman that age, right? Now, I'm not saying that, you know, men don't cheat or men can't, you know, play the field and shit like that and women won't accept it, because women will accept that. But best believe they'll accept it, but best believe a lot of the times they working behind the scenes to stop it. You see what I'm saying? And most women ain't gonna Just hey, you could do an open relationship, and I'll go fuck other guys. I don't care if you fuck other chicks. Women who take that stance, they know that they don't really see you like that. Basically, they don't really care for you in that way. They benefit from you, but they don't care for you in that way. You see what I'm saying? And they know that the other women ain't gonna really give you no play anyway, right? It is what it is. I hate to be right. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I gotta tell you the truth, right? Now you said the guy was the first real potential boyfriend replacement, right? That guy wasn't a boyfriend replacement at all. That guy was a fuck. That guy was a thrill. That guy was an adventure, something that you wasn't, period, right? Period. Now, before I get out of here, right? Right. Again, I want you to understand something. And all of this, I want you to realize this. The reason that she came back is because it's not because, you held your ground and you did the no contact, right? She came back, right? Because she wants to make sure you still stupid. She wants to make sure she has her placeholder. You see what I'm saying? She came back because she can't get a sucker like you nowhere else. Right now, you have beta males, you have guys who not, who nice guys and shit, but you on another level. Just like the super alpha male is hard to find, the super sucker is hard to find too. Guys like you are hard to find, right? But it's crazy because guys like you are not what a woman desires. They need it and they benefit from it, right? That's why she came back to you, right? When women leave you for whatever reason, they go out there, they experience, right? They experience things. And when, it's not even, because they'll be like, oh, I miss you. It's not even that they miss you. It's just that, A, I want to see if you're stupid, or, I want to see if I can still, control you, or B, I couldn't replace you, or I'm tired of getting fucked and tossed. And these guys are treating me like a slut. I wanted to be a slut, but I don't want to be a slut forever. So can you treat me like the queen that you used to treat me? This is why they come back to you. It ain't got nothing to do with no fucking contact. I gave her space and all that. And I want to drill that in your head. Man, when a woman leave you, man, what they say is it's better to build new relationships than to try to mend broken ones. I'll say that to you. My advice to you, young brother, I think you should. I highly suggest that you walk away from this chick because she has no respect for you. And when a woman don't respect you, she can't love you. She clearly has no respect for you just from even coming and trying you like that. Even saying, hey, we can have an open relationship. I'm going to go fuck. But when I get done fucking, me and you going to get married. When I get done fucking and sucking and being a hoe, me and you going to get married. You see what I'm saying? After I give my sexual best to everybody else, then me and you gonna get married. You should walk away from a woman who views you like that, who don't respect you. Walk away, game over. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing to talk about. This shit is over with. I'm telling you, if you get with that girl, she gonna always cheat on you. She gonna run you crazy. She gonna exploit you. And you're gonna have a rough, hard life. Trust me. Don't be a fool. Don't be a sucker. I know it's hard. It's your high school sweetheart. High school relationships, that ain't real relationships anyway. That's puppy fucking love. And in 10 years, if you're doing everything you need to do to progress in this world, 5, 10 years, shit, in 2, 3 years, if you progressing, she not gonna be your type no more anyway. That shit is, I know it's hard and all of that because you felt like she loved you and she gave you a little validation. You can do a lot better. Trust me, you need to walk away from that. Now let's get into the main topic. Let's get into this ism. Let's get into this game. We're going to talk about the penalty and rewards of leadership, right? I get a lot of young men that hit me up asking me daily, every day, asking me something to the effect of, why do men have to make the first move? Why are men responsible for escalating? Why do men have to pay for the first date? Why do men got to pay for dates? Why do men have to do this? And when I started to realize is that a lot of these guys coming up, a lot of these younger guys coming up, don't have any idea what it's like to be a leader, and that women look at them to lead, and that everybody looks at them to lead, right? This society doesn't raise leaders anymore, right? And it's apparent in questions like that. The reason that you have to make the first move, because that's what bosses do. Bosses make the first move. Bosses lead. Bosses take initiative. Bosses, players, leaders, captains, kings, emperors, or whatever you want to call it, they take initiative. If something needs to be done, they get the ball rolling. You see what I'm saying? They make things happen. They make shit shake. And a lot of young men don't have that in them. And that shows, again, in the things that they ask me, and it shows in their life. You see what I'm saying? A lot of young men today are on the internet complaining about this, complaining about that. They don't have their life together. They can't figure out how to get their money together. And it's because they not leading their own life, right? But then in the same breath, expect some woman, to give up everything they have and let them lead the woman. Like, they expect women to just submit to them and be led. But, a lot of these young men, a lot of you guys don't even know where you're going, don't know how to lead, don't know why you should lead, don't have no inspiration to take initiative, to get nothing cracking, to get nothing popping, but you guys don't have that, and you need that in order to be looked at that way, right? If you want to get, you want to be, as they say in the great book, Robert Greene said, if you want to be treated like a king, you got to act like one, right? And again, kings, get shit popping. Kings take initiative, right? When you see a woman, women have the luxury, right? And women have always had the luxury of not having to approach men, right? Women don't have to approach you. They don't have to, because there's enough of them. There's enough men that will approach them. So women don't have to approach you for shit. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the game. Get over it. Get out the game if you don't like it, right? So being as though women don't have to approach, you do, right? And the reason that men are going to approach women is because those men are going to go after what they want, right? And that's what leaders do. So when a man sees a woman that he likes, he's not going to wait and hope the woman come up to him and say something to him, right? That ain't the world we live in. If you see something, you like it, you got to go get it. That's leadership shit, right? Why do you have to pay for the first date, right? If you ask somebody, right? If you ask a woman out, you say, hey, come out with me Friday night, right? So this woman clears her schedule, right? You want something from this woman. You want something from this woman. You want a relationship, sex, whatever you want from this woman. And then she clears her schedule to accommodate you. You have to compensate for it, right? You not compensate her like, oh, I'm paying you for sex, or I'm paying you for, but if you lead in the situation, right, and your thing is to go get drinks, right, and the way you're going to build connection is going to get drinks, or the way you're going to build a connection is going to dinner to vibe or whatever. If you're in a leadership position, then you pay for it, right? When you go to work, and you get a job, your boss pay for everything there, right? Just imagine if you had to pay for the tools to help, just imagine if let's say you work at a warehouse. Let's say you work at a warehouse, right? And you get there, and then your employer says, okay, we'll employ you, but you got to pay for the pallet jack. You got to pay for, you got to pay for this. You got to pay for your hard hat. You got to pay for your PPE every day. You got to pay for your gloves and all of this shit, right? You're not going to respect them as the leader, because now you have some equity, right? You have some skin in the game too, as well. So this is basically a part of your company. you're not going to respect them the same, right? Because you putting your dough up too, right? And what leaders understand is, when you foot the bill, you get the respect as the king. You see what I'm saying? When you take a woman out, right? If you take a woman out on a date and you make her split that bill, I can guarantee you don't get no ass. Why would she submit herself to you? Why would she submit herself to you? And it's not really about money. It's not about it's not transactional, right? But if she splits the bill, I can guarantee you, like, why do I have to be submissive? Because when a woman gives you her body, she's submitting to you. Why do I have to be submissive? And I had to put skin in the game too. You see what I'm saying? Why do I have to respect this man as a king when I'm the king too? I'm the leader too. So he the one that should give me some pussy. He should get on his knees and eat me out. That's how they feel, right? It's not about, you being cheap or you being a petty or you being, you ain't got no money. It's not really about that. It's bigger than the money. It's really don't have anything to do with the money. It's the fact that, are you willing to be the leader in this situation? You understand what I'm saying? And when you say, we're going to split the bill, you relinquish, right? You relinquish your, how can I say this? Your leadership privileges when you do that. And the coochie gets dry instantly. And again, it's not really about the money. The money is just the vehicle, but it's bigger than that. It's the action behind it. It's why you doing that behind it. I don't want to be the leader in a situation. Now, am I saying put yourself out there to be used for dates? Of course not. You don't even have to go on dinner dates. You don't have to do shit like that. You don't have to spend money on dates, period. Right? But let's take money out of it. Let's say you was gonna go on a date, right, with a woman, and you asked her, so we're gonna take the money out because I know you guys, I don't want you guys to think, you think it's just about money, you gotta pay. No, let's just say you're going on a free date, right? And you tell a woman, hey, I want to go out with you, come out, let's go on a date or whatever. But you tell her, you pick the spot. I don't know what we're gonna do. Let's come up with something together, or you come up with us for something to do. And matter of fact, you pick me up and then drive me there and we'll figure it out together. What you displaying is a lack of leadership, right? And you more than likely not going to get no ass. She's more than likely not going to submit herself to you because she had to play leader as well. She had to contribute on the leadership front as well. This is why I always tell you guys, when you set a date with a woman, you need to know what you're doing, right? You need to know where you're going. You need to know the time, and it needs to be pre-planned already. Don't expect them to make the decisions. You make the decisions. You lead. They look at that like a plus. When you go to a woman, be like, I don't know what we're gonna do. What you want to do? I don't know. They look at you like you don't know where you're going. You walk around with like a chicken with your head cut off and the whole nine. It's unattractive when you can't lead. So don't just think it's about money. Leading has everything to do with not just money, but everything else. You see what I'm saying? So you have to, guys, I kind of went on a long ass rant. I wasn't even trying to go there, but you guys have to be, leaders in your situation. And, this is what's expected of you as a man, as a leader, as nature's leader, right? Men are designated to be nature's leader, right? Men have conquered everything on this planet and made everything on this planet what it is today. Men did that. Not lions, not cheetahs, not tigers, not women. Men did that. Men lead this society and everything in it. The only thing men haven't conquered on this planet is the depths of the ocean, and they trying to do that, right? That's the only thing men haven't conquered, or that's the only thing men don't lead or conquer, right? But everything else, men are the leaders of. We're nature's leaders for a reason, and if you want to get treated as such, you have to act like such, right? Now, when it comes to leadership, there are penalties, right? And there are rewards to leaderships. There's pros and there's cons to anything. For me personally, right? Me personally, and this one is for my real thoroughbred guys. This for my, because a lot of y'all ain't cut out for this. You might want to cut it off at this part, because y'all ain't cut out for this. Right? A lot of guys not cut out for this. But so this one is for my guys who want to be there, or who there that need something to resonate. This one is for a certain segment of guys, right? That's special guys. I want you guys to understand that there's pros and there's cons to everything. But for me, again, the rewards or the pros outweigh the cons or the negative, right? But we'll get into the penalties first. There's penalties and there's rewards to leaderships. And I want to get into the penalties first, right? Now, the first penalty of leadership, right? Because nothing in this world is smooth, just run smooth. There's pros and there's cons to everything, right? Leadership, right? The first penalty is you are the target, right? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's why they say that, right? Heavy is the head that wears a crown. You will be attacked. You will be the subject of attack. People want your spot, even the people who follow you, right? Let's look at Fresh and Fit. Let's take Fresh and Fit, for example. Shout out to Myron and Fresh. Shout out to Fresh and the Fresh and Fit podcast. A few months ago, they were subject to crazy. They still get the attacks now, but it was crazy at this point, right? People were coming at their necks from all over the place, right? And they are considered leaders in that school of thought that they have, because they jump out there. They put themselves out there first, right? They put themselves out there head first. They're leaders in that school of thought, and people regard them as leaders, right? And again, in that school of thought and the way that they do their podcast, right? People regard them as leaders. So when you in that spot and you in that top spot, people want that spot, and people are going to come for you. People want your head, and it's going to come from all over the place. Fresh and Fit was getting attacked from everybody, right? Trying to get that spot, and not even, sometimes people may not want your spot. They just want some clout. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes people just want clout. So it ain't just about, I want his spot. Sometimes people come at you because they want your spot. Fresh and Fit, for example. There's channels who ate off of that. You see what I'm saying? Who was doing numbers and got tons and tons of views and subscribers just for attacking the leader, who's perceived as the leader in that space. You see what I'm saying? You will be marked for, your head is on the chopping block, basically. You see what I'm saying? And people want your spot. People want to take you down. People are envious. People are jealous. People want clout. When you are the leader, that's what comes with that. When you are a leader, heavy is the head that wears a crown. You're going to be targeted. You just have to accept that that's what comes with the game. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the next penalty, right? The next penalty is you are responsible for the actions of those who follow you. Heavy is the head that wears a crown. When you hear people say stuff like that, heavy is the head that wears a crown, they talking about all of this stuff. That's a heavy burden to bear, to be responsible of the people who follow you, right? When a rapper's entourage does something, let's think about this for a second. When a rapper's entourage does something, who gets the blame? Whose name is in the headlines? Who goes to jail? Who gets the lawsuit? The rapper does. The shit with the old age Tupac shit. That was Tupac's people, the people around Tupac. Tupac had to pay for that, right? Because Tupac was the leader in the situation. When you lead people and they do something wrong, you are going to be the one who gets in trouble, right? If an employee, let's say, right, a guy's at work. Let's say a guy works with a female and he SAs her, he actually assaults this woman, he sexually assaults this woman. Who gonna get in trouble? Whose name gonna be in the headlines? Let's say this happened at Google, right? Let's say this happened at Google and a man sexually assaults a woman who works at Google. Google is going to be liable. And when she go to sue and get the bread, she ain't going to sue the guy who did it. She ain't going to sue the guy who assaulted her. She going to hit Google because Google is responsible for its employees. A boss is responsible for its workers. An employer is responsible for its employers. If a kid skips school, who gets in trouble? The parents. The parents go to jail. If a kid does something, in regards to that and that type of shit, the parents are, you look at the parents because the parents are the leaders in that situation. So whenever you have a situation, and this is for my leaders or my aspiring leaders, this is some game. When you have people who follow you, you need to make sure you stay on top of them about doing the right thing. And there needs to be consequences, swift consequences if they do the wrong thing. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're in a position of leadership, you are the person who, gets the slack, right? I have people who work for me, assistants, editors, and all of this shit, right? When they do something wrong, y'all don't be like, man, you blame him. It's on me. Y'all look at me. I'm the one that get the blame. If something is off or something is wrong, I'm the one that get the blame. It falls on me and it falls on my brand because I'm the leader in this situation. You dig what I'm saying? So you're going to always be responsible for the people who follow you. That's nothing to be, again, that's a negative, what they call a penalty. But to me, that's well worth it in the end. I take the good with the bad. But again, if you have people who following you, you want to make sure that they always doing what they need to be doing. And there needs to be incentive for them to do the right thing. And there needs to be swift consequences, severe consequences for them not doing the right thing, because that is going to fall back on you. You're going to have to pay for that. You understand? As the leader. Now, excuse me. Another thing, right? Another penalty. You and your work will be under scrutiny. You and your work will be under scrutiny and constantly criticized, right? Constantly. Take me, for example, man. People can always say, now, if I wanted to be Mr. Beefy and wanted more entertainment and more, I would feed into a lot of people who talk shit about me and the shit that I have to say. I would feed into it, but I don't feed into it because a wise man told me don't argue with fools. People from a distance can't tell who is who. Now, I'll debate somebody credible. I'll take on a credible opponent, but a lot of these people are fools, and I don't want to be associated with that. So a lot of the shit, I don't respond. But people have a lot to criticize about when they watch me. There's critics all of the time. I get critics, my comment sections, whether male, female, I get critics, right? The overwhelming majority of it's all love, but I get hate too. You see what I'm saying? But people are going to criticize you. People are going to criticize your work. And if you don't want that, then you need to stay out of the leadership position, right? And leadership don't mean that you have a company or something like that. You can be a thought leader. You can be like with this game and this ism and shit. I'm what's considered a leader in this, because I put my ideas and my thoughts in the forefront. I'm the voice for the people, for the guys behind me. You see what I'm saying? So I would be considered a leader, right? But, you don't have to. Now, I have people who follow me too, right? But you don't have to be, because you may say, how am I a leader if nobody followed me? If you putting yourself out there, right? If you putting and I mean like followers, like a following for real, not social media followers. I'm talking about people who work for you and shit like that. If you put your thoughts out there to the public, if you put yourself out there, your work out there, you're a thought leader, right? You consider a leader. It's going to get scrutinized. People are going to criticize it. You have to understand that people always need something to talk about, especially in the social media days. People always need content. People always need content. People always need something to talk about. And the person who puts himself out there is the easiest target. The leader is the easiest target. Why would the shade room, right? Or let me use a real world example. Derek Jackson didn't really criticize me, but Derek Jackson posted my shit. Spiritual World or whatever that place, that Spiritual World or whatever that blog is, they posted my shit. Why would they post one of my followers' shit who's in my comments? They don't even know them. I'm the easier target because everybody's eyes on me. You see what I'm saying? So you're an easy target if people need something to talk about. People need content. Oh, check out what he said. What you think about this? He's misogynist, or she's this or she's that. When you put your ideas out there, there are going to be people ready to pick it apart, because some people miserable like that. But again, it ain't just people miserable like that. People need content in the social media age. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that's what comes with this, right? Now, you also have people who scrutinize you and criticize you because they're looking to prove you wrong, right? Some people like tearing down other people because they get clout by doing that. When they can pick apart your ideas and break down your shit and build theirs up, they get clout. It makes them look better. Well, they think that it makes them look better. You see what I'm saying? So be aware of that as well, right? Now, another reason that, people are going to scrutinize and criticize you is because your competitors are looking to build their brand, right? They looking to shine their light by dimming yours. People believe that in order to eat, I have to be the only building on the street, right? I got to be the tallest building on the block in order to eat. People believe that. And so in order to be the tallest, right? In order to be the tallest, what makes them tall is making everybody else small, right? Because they don't focus on growth. In order to be tall, truly tall, you have to grow, right? But some people believe that in order to be tall, you make everybody else small, right? And you're going to have competitors like this. That's like, for me, that's not my style. Sometimes, in the beginning of me doing YouTube, I did a response to Mr. Lucario's work and some others. That's just to get views and shit. But my thing ain't really to tear somebody else down or pick apart somebody else's work in order to make mine look good, right? That ain't my style. You got people that do that. They attack everybody else. They attack everybody else because they think that it makes them look bigger. They think that it makes them taller if they make you smaller. You see what I'm saying? Me, I don't rock like that. Now, if I can talk about somebody's shit to teach you from time to time, like again, like with the Lucario shit, when I and shout out to Mr. Lucario, that's my dude. Like with the Lucario shit, that when I rebutted one of his videos a long time ago, I forgot even what it was. It wasn't like a disrespect thing. I wasn't even like it was tearing him down. It was just like, hey, listen, I disagree with this, and this is the way right here. You see what I'm saying? It's, again, you use a person who's more popular. Back then I had 200 fucking subscribers. Use a person who's more popular, you put their name in, it's a clickbait thing, but also, okay, let me use this as a teachable moment. But it's not, my intentions is never to, and not even about my intentions, right? Because intentions really don't matter. But my thing is not really to tear somebody down to make me look good. You understand what I'm saying? That's never my vibe. And if you're a real leader, give me some game. I'll give you some game. If you're some real leaders, my thought leaders, my leaders who who want to be leaders and want to lead in this world, if you focus on other people, right? If you focus on other people, tearing them down in order for you to shine, you're not going to grow like that. You'll be tall. You'll be taller than everybody else, but that don't mean you tall. You see what I'm saying? Until somebody real come and squash all that. You dig what I'm saying? A person you can't tear down, and a person who can are going to expose that situations and people that's better than you and bigger than you will expose you for who you are, and everybody will see how big you really are. So if you tearing everybody else down, right? If you tearing everybody else down to shine light on you, you tearing everybody else down to shine light on you, you're not growing, right? You're not growing, but you feel tall because you're the tallest building on the block, right? When a real building, when somebody real come on that block, not everybody gonna see what tall really looks like. And you neglected that, right? You neglected your growth trying to tear other people down. What I'm saying is don't get caught up when you out here making content or doing whatever you're doing, or, you know, whatever field you're in, not just create content creation. Don't get caught up in thinking you have to tear other people down to build yourself up, because you neglect building yourself up. If you want to be truly tall, put the energy into actually growing, putting out, you know, good product, putting out good content, focusing on yourself, investing in yourself. You don't have to turn nobody else's. You don't have to turn another person's light out in order to shine. But, you know, that's another part. The other, you know, one of the negatives to being a leader is you'll be constantly under scrutiny and criticized. And again, your competitors are trying to tear you down. Most of your competitors will be trying to tear you down in order to shine light on themselves. They'll be trying to tear your buildings down to make theirs look taller. You don't want to be that guy. Now, another penalty of leadership, right, is the results on you. The finished product is on you. Again, like I was giving the example of, you know, me having people that work for me and they edit my videos. If they do something, right, and they upload it and something is off, nobody says, hey, man, your editor is this. They say, hey, King Dre, you fucking up. King Dre, the audio is off. What the fuck is going on? King Dre is dark. King Dre is that nobody's asking. Nobody cares about the producer, the editor. Nobody care about them. The finished product is on me, period, right? So when you a leader, the finished product, right, the deliverable is on you. When it's time to deliver, when it's time for the promise to be made, or to come through on the promise or the product or whatever, you will be the one who's responsible for it, right? Again, if somebody messes something up that works for me, who's at fault? If you order something from Amazon, Jeff Bezos or the company itself has nothing to do with your product getting to your house. It's the 10 other people in between, the driver, the whoever, right? The person who packed it or whatever. Even if somebody steals it off of your porch, who do you leave a review about? Do you leave a review about the driver? Do you leave a review about the person who picked the order? Do you leave a review about the person who packed the order? No, you go to Amazon and you leave a Google review about Amazon and how Amazon sucks and how Jeff Bezos needs to get a grip on whatever he has going on. You see what I'm saying? When you go to McDonald's, right? When you go to McDonald's and you order some food, right? And you take the food home and you find out that the food is wrong when you get to the house. Who sucks? Yes, of course, the person who made the food sucks, right? But McDonald's, every time I come to McDonald's, this happens. McDonald's ain't shit. I'm going to stop going to McDonald's. I'm going to go to Wendy's instead. Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to just not go on that shift, right, when that guy works, I'm going to just stop going to McDonald's, period, because I'm tired of wasting my time. I'm tired of ordering food, right, and going and getting food, coming back coming home, and my order is always wrong, right? The leader is responsible for the finished product, and they're responsible for the promised the delivery that's promised. They're responsible for the outcome. You see what I'm saying? You're responsible for that. Regardless of who working for you or who following you fuck up, the people ain't going to blame you. People ain't going to blame them. They going to blame you for that. You understand? Now, the last penalty, right, we're going to get into. The last penalty is, and this one is tough, but you don't really get to be vulnerable or make mistakes, right? You don't get coddled. You don't get sympathized with. You are expected to pick your head up, pull yourself by the bootstrap, and deliver, period. You don't get to say, I'm tired. You don't get to say, I'm weak, right? You don't get to say, I didn't get no sleep. I didn't get to, because people depend on you. People depend on you for the product that they expect or they paid for, or, subscription, or, the entertainment or whatever. And the people that follow you, who work for you, depend on you to eat. You don't really get to be weak, right? You don't get the luxury of being weak and vulnerable and shit like that, because people depend on you. Not only that, when you need to be coddled and you weak and you vulnerable and shit like that, you make yourself more open for attacks. You see what I'm saying? Because you're the leader, you the one that's up front. So, when you're in a position to where you're making a lot of mistakes, or you're vulnerable, you're being weak, and your shit not tight and your game not strong, people are gonna start coming at you even more because you're an easier target. So you have to make sure as a leader that you always up to par. You know what I'm saying? You always up to par. You always on your game. You always got your game face on. You always playing the game correctly. You always being strong. You being strong because everybody else needs that strength. But the people who follow you don't have that strength. You need that. They need that strength from you. People watching you for when you get weak to so they can attack you. You see what I'm saying? And people depending on you. So that's one of the things about being a leader that's hard, is that you have to remain strong, right? If you don't remain strong, your followers are looking at you like, hey, why am I following this weak motherfucker? And your competitors are looking at you like, it's time to take this motherfucker out. You see what I'm saying? You don't get to be weak, you don't get to be vulnerable, and you don't get to make mistakes. Luckily, in America, we have something that's called therapy. So you can go to therapy and be weak, or you can call your mama and shit, but you don't get to cry in public, like Kanye, for example. Kanye's a leader, right? I would feel very not secure up under Kanye at this point, which is why his woman left him, by the way, right? You don't get to do that being a leader. Now, you average guys can do all that old punk shit, but as a leader, you don't get to do stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Now, Kanye's making himself open for attack. His family he's losing his family. Everybody's talking shit about him. People are attacking him left and right. He's probably gonna lose a lot of opportunities the whole nine. Like, whereas the people up under him can act like that because nobody depends on them and nobody's watching them. But Kanye, people are watching you. Leaders, my young kings that aspire to be leaders, or my guys that's leaders now, people are watching you, right? There's other ways that you can express yourself. There's other ways that you can vent. There's other ways that you can unload. There's other ways that you can make mistakes. But when you in that spotlight, you don't get to be weak. You don't get to be. I as a public figure now, I don't get to do certain things, right? Let's say I was in love with a girl, right? Let's say I was in love with a girl and she hung up on me and she wasn't picking up the phone, right? And she left me on. If I was a nobody, I can just go to her house and pop up and do all this old bullshit. And act like I said, I could do that, right? And risk, the police getting called or going to jail. If that happened to me, if I was able to be weak like that and that happened to me, they would eat my ass up. It'll eat up my credibility. It'll eat up my, and that'll in turn make my following not trust my word. I lose my authority, the whole nine. If you guys understand what I'm saying, not saying that I would do some shit like that if I wasn't in this position, but most guys can get away with what leaders can't. You see what I'm saying? Again, I couldn't do something like that because I can't be weak. I can't be vulnerable, regardless of how much I hurt, regardless of how, it's paining me and how much I want to cry and go get closure. And I can't do that because of my leadership position. And I have so much to lose by doing that. The people who don't like me going to attack me. The people who follow me going to look at me like a clown. I'm going to lose my father. It's just too much. You see what I'm saying? Look at Fresh and Fit. Like when he sent the girl that text message or whatever, sent the girl the text message. I forgot. I don't even want to dig up old shit, but when I talked to him, I basically let him know like it's kind of goofy. Like that was, I get it. It wasn't like game, but it was kind of goofy. But at the end of the day, people are watching you. You can't make those same mistakes. And I tried to tell him, like, most guys send text messages like that because they ain't got no game. I get DMs, 100 DMs a day with guys sending text messages like Myron sent that girl. But what made it different, Myron's a leader. And people say, well, if you're supposed to be a leader and you this and you that, then you should know better than that, right? That's what happens when you're a leader. And what's crazy about it is the men, all of the guys who were critiquing him, and had something to say, have sent goofy ass text messages to chicks as well. You see what I'm saying? But they not in his position. So he's open to attack. When you a leader and you the king and you that head honcho, you don't get the luxury of being weak. You don't get the luxury of being vulnerable, and you don't get the luxury of making a mistake. That's a hard one, but it is what it is. I take the good with the bad any day. You know what I'm saying? Because the rewards, again, far outweigh the risks and the penalties for me. And that's with anything. You're going to have to take the good with the bad. There's pros and cons to everything. Now, the rewards, the spoils, the prize, the payout. And again, the payout, the rewards far outweighs them little weak ass penalties, because again, there's nothing that you that's do in life that's going to be all the way good. You need to understand that. It's going to be some bad in everything. There's going to be some cons in everything. But the first reward, right, that comes with leadership is you eat first. You eat first, right? You get first dibs that comes with the rewards of leaderships. To the victor goes the spoil, right? You eat first. Meaning, when the check get cut, when the product gets sold, when the deal get done, you eat first, right? You eat first, and you get the lion's share, right? When you walk into the party, when you walk into the club, when you walk into the event, and you the leader, you get to pick the women, right? You get to pick the women, and you get to pick the best. Everybody else gets scraps. Look at their rappers and their entourages, right? You look at the rappers, the entourages, the rappers getting the finest women, they getting the best women. The entourage is fighting over the scraps. They got to run trains and do all type of shit because it ain't even enough to go around. And the leader of the pack, he got 2-3 chicks while everybody over there trying to fight over one. You see what I'm saying? He eat first. And it's not just about women, it's about everything that comes with that. You eat first, and you eat the most. You get the lion's share, right? You get first dibs on the money, right? You get, again, when the check get cut, when I get paid, I get paid the most because I'm the leader, right? I built this. I get paid the most, and I get paid first. My check don't go to my assistant. When I sell a course, it don't go to my assistant or whoever else first. It come to me first. It go in my bank account first, and I give them what I think that what we negotiated. You see what I'm saying? I eat first. Now, I had to build it. I had to work to build this. I have to put myself out there. I take more risks, meaning I get more reward. I'm susceptible to all those penalties, meaning I get the lion's share, but I get the lion's share. That's the penalty. You eat bigger. You eat bigger, and you eat first. You ain't got to eat scraps. You see what I'm saying? You eat the steak. You ain't got to eat the crumbs. You give away the crumbs if you want people to eat crumbs. You see what I'm saying? You get the best of everything. Society get the scraps. The people who's experiencing the best life and the most free are the people at the upper, on the top of the totem pole in this society as far as resources go. They eating the best. Everybody else fighting over scraps, fighting over $20 an hour, competing for jobs, struggling to pay rent, struggling to, basically the scraps of life. Standing in line in restaurants, gotta wait this. They get to go and do whatever they want to do. They get the first chicks, they get the first pair of shoes, they get the clothes first, they get the meals first, they get the money first, they get everything first. They get the best houses, they get the best tips on stocks. They know when shit gonna crash. They know when, you see what I'm saying? When you a top dog, when you a leader, you get dibs. You eat first, you get the inside knowledge, you get the best women, you get the best food, you get the biggest check, you eat first. To me, that alone is worth more than all of those penalties put together. Just that alone, and I got more positives, but just that alone for me is worth all of the negatives that come with being a leader. You understand? Now, the next positive, right? The next positive to being a leader, the next reward that comes with leadership is that you get the credit. You get the credit. You get the praise. You get the awards. You get the accolades, right? You get the recognition. And what happens when you get this recognition? You get more opportunity to win. You see what I'm saying? When you guys see, shout out to my producer, shout out to my editor, shout out to everybody, right? But when you guys get the final presentation of this podcast, nobody mentions them. I could tell you his name right now. We probably don't want his name out there. And my other guy, they probably want to remain private. But if I did right now, shout him out right now. In the comments, nobody would ever say, shout out to them guys. It'll be King Dre, you the best. King Dre, this looks so good. King Dre, love the studio. King Dre, King Dre, King Dre, King Dre. I get the credit for it. I get the, when it's time when companies hit me up, because I get companies that try to sponsor me and all this shit. When they hit me up, even before the podcast, right? When they hit me up, right? When they hit me up, I'm the one that get the opportunity. They don't hit my assistant up. My assistant been with me for damn near for months and months and months, like probably about 6 months. They don't hit him up for opportunity to promote their brands and do all of that shit. They don't hit my email guy up. They hit me up. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's because I get the credit, I get the praise, I get the awards, I get the recognition, but I also put in work for this. Again, I built this while they come to help me build, upon and further what I've done. This was years of me building this by myself. It's years of me putting myself out there, years of me still in the public eye, years of me taking the penalties of this, right? So when I win, I get the credit for it. I get the praise. I get the opportunities. I get the accolades. I get the recognition. When Jeff Bezos turned a profit, do people think, do they think the hundreds of thousands of helpless employees that make that company go around? No. When Amazon turns a profit, whose name is in the paper? Jeff Bezos. When Microsoft turns a profit, all of those developers, all those people who slave endless hours to make computers the way that they are and make software and programs the way that they are, who get the praise? Bill and Melinda Gates. You understand what I'm saying? They get the credit. They get the awards. They get the raises. Not the raises because they make the raises, but they get the opportunity to continue furthering their legacy. This is what you get when you the boss. This is what you get when you the leader. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the crazy part about it, this whole show, none of the benefits are going to have nothing to do with women treat you like nothing. I could do a whole separate show on how women treat you when you're a leader, but it's just something I just thought about in my head. This is just basic like life shit, just, on some game. But again, when you win, just like when you lose, you get the blame. When one of the penalties, if you lose, you get the blame. When you win, you get the blame. Nobody cares about the worker, baby. Nobody cares about the worker. Again, when you think about when a major company turn a profit, when Amazon stock rise and it makes people's billionaires, Jeff Bezos get the credit, not the hundreds of thousands of people who's slaving in that motherfucker for 12 hours a day that's making the customer satisfied in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? That's the real engine, but Jeff Bezos get the credit because he built that shit. He the leader. You see what I'm saying? Let's look at Tom Brady, right? Let's look at quarterbacks. Let's just look at quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are the leaders, right? They get paid the most. Typically, quarterbacks get paid the most because they're the leaders. But everybody knows the quarterback. Nobody knows the offensive lineman. Now, as an offensive lineman, an important position, probably one of the most important positions on the team because they protect the quarterback from getting his head cracked, right? But if Tom Brady walked into a club and the offensive tackle walked into a club, all Tom Brady got to do is stand there. The offensive tackle gonna be like, "Hey man, let me in. I'm with Tom Brady. Hey, my name is such and such and such. I play for the such and such and such. My name is Derek Reed. I just make up a name. My name is Derek Reed, and I'm a defensive lineman for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Blah 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 blah. Tom Brady ain't got to do that. When I just say the Buccaneers because I'm from Tampa and the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl at home, by the way. First to ever do it. I know the Rams just won, but whatever. But we made history last year. Tom Brady got the credit for that. It's 22 other people. More than that, but I'm just saying the 11 on offense, 11 on defense that put in blood, sweat, and tears for that. Tom Brady get the credit. Tom Brady get to hold the thing on the shit. Tom Brady's name's in the paper. You see what I'm saying? It's Brady country, Brady town. Let them tell it. So it's just when you the leader, when you the designated leader, you get the credit. You get the credit, you get the praise, you get the accolades, you get the recognition, you get all the opportunity, right? Now, another positive, right? Another positive of leadership. People submit to and serve you, thus making your job and your journey a lot more easier, right? I have this saying, it's an African proverb. Many hands make light work. Many hands make light work, right? When you're in a position of leadership, you can be in more places. Your engine can be built faster. You can build your buildings taller, higher, faster, and you can be more efficient when you have help. If you out here doing it by yourself and nobody's following you, you can't amass a team. You don't have a team following you, and you lone wolfing it, and you just a solo whatever. I'll beat you out just because it's 10 hands doing my bidding, and you only got 2. You see what I'm saying? This is why they tell you, you have to, in entrepreneurship 101, they tell you have to, relegate the responsibilities to some of the tasks to other people. Build you a team, get you a team around you, because many hands make light work. But they say 2 heads are better than 1. And if you don't have that, you're going to struggle. It's going to be harder for you to build something just by yourself than it is with the person that got 5 people on his team, right? And when people submit in their will to you, and people, serving you, you move faster, you move more efficient, you get more done, you're more productive. You see what I'm saying? It makes your life easier. If I tried to open up a burger stand, right? And I put it across the street from McDonald's, regardless of how good, better my burgers are than McDonald's will always outproduce me. McDonald's will always beat me. McDonald's will always, be the lion's share of that industry because they have people that submit them their will and serve them. You see what I'm saying? Thus making what they do a lot easier, a lot more efficient. And you can apply that to the women in your life. When women respect you as a leader and they serve you, it makes your life easier. You get to focus on the things that, you know, instead of coming home to cook and clean and do laundry, a chick could be doing that, and you can be, you know, handling your business. You can be doing other things. You see what I'm saying? Being a leader puts you in a position for people to submit themselves to you, you know, so you can lead them to the promised land. And in that, and while they submit themselves to you, they're doing your bidding and furthering your cause, and they serving you. You see what I'm saying? This is the position that you put yourself in when you're a leader. And that reward is far greater than, it outweighs any of the penalties. You see what I'm saying? Because I get to move a lot more efficient. I get to move faster. I get to be more productive. I get to make more money. You know what I'm saying? I get to serve more people. I get to create more value. I get to you know, make my life a lot easier. And I don't have to do the stress work, the headache work, the shit that I really don't want to do. You see what I'm saying? So that's the another positive or reward that comes with leadership. Now, another reward to leadership, another positive that comes with it, is the respect. You get a leadership respect. The king get respected in a different way than the peasant gets respected. You see what I'm saying? The king also gets, you know, that respect and that admiration. You know, you have people who respect, like I'm a person, I respect everybody. You know, I don't disrespect anybody because I don't disrespect anyone because I believe disrespect is due to a dog. But, you know, naturally we treat people who've earned it better than people who didn't. You see, you would have, if a bum on the side of the street, if the bum was in front of the store and he said, "Hey, can you talk to me for a second? I need somebody to talk to." Or, you know, "Let me tell you something real quick. You got 5 minutes of your time?" If you see a guy that was, you know, a bummy or homeless that asked you for 5 minutes of your time, you'll probably say, "I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I got to hurry to get to work." But if Mark Cuban or, I don't know, Grant Cardone said, "Hey, you got 5 minutes of your time that you can spare? Let me talk to you for a second." Whatever you had going on would probably wait because that's Grant Cardone, or that's Denzel Washington, or that's Leonardo DiCaprio, or that's Jay-Z. You see what I'm saying? Or that's Oprah or whoever. You would make them, you would sacrifice that 5 minutes. But if it was a homeless person, you wouldn't give them that same respect. Now, does that mean you would disrespect the homeless person? Of course not. When you are a leader and you're a king and you in that aspect, people treat you different. You get a different type of respect. You get a lot more privileges. People more willing to sacrifice more for you. You see what I'm saying? The admiration that they have for you and the respect that they have for you, they're willing to sacrifice and give you a lot more. And that's a respect that you want to have as a person. So all my aspiring leaders, my guys who want to be leaders, my guys who want to be, you know, true thoroughbred bosses out here, that's what you get with that. And even that opens up a whole world of possibility. You see what I'm saying? Again, when you go to a club, right? You go to a club, the leaders are the guys who get the best treatment, they get the best girls, they get the service, they get the whole nine. That's just a club setting, but you know, you whatever, again, that's just a club, but whatever area of life you in, you know, you get more privileges, you get more, you know, you get more people sacrificing for you, you get more looks, you get better looks. And again, you get way more opportunity. And that's out of respect. That's out of that respect. People are less inclined to disrespect you. People are less inclined to treat you bad. People are less inclined to, you know, take from you or try to, you know, pull one over on you or be rude to you or be nasty to you or dump their toxicity out on you. They usually reserve that for the people who are easier targets. You know, the common man is the easier target when it in that regards, right? It's easier to be mean to a person, or it's easier to be negative or toxic to a person who you're not going to gain anything from. It's easier to tell a homeless person, to be mean to a homeless person, because you ain't gonna gain nothing from him anyway. But again, if that was Grant Cardone, you would think twice about that. That's the respect that you want to have. You want people to look at you and think twice about crossing you, or think twice about, disrespecting you, or think twice about being negative to you, or think twice about burning the bridge, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And you want them to go out of your way. You want them to go out of their way when they look at you to make sure that you accommodate it. That's the respect you want. Now, also with that comes with leadership, the reward is the status and everything that comes with it. It's a part of the respect thing too. But when people know you and you a status symbol, you pretty much get everything that come with that. Like rappers don't have to pay for clothes if they don't want to. Now, a lot of them try to be flashy and wear the foreign, and because that's what's in and they think that's what's cool. But back in the days before people was doing the whole drip thing and the designer thing, before all of that was a thing, a lot of those rappers didn't pay for clothes. In fact, they got paid to wear clothes. The game is twisted nowadays. These kids getting circles ran around them. But a lot of these rappers are in positions to where they don't have to pay for anything. People will pay them to represent their stuff. You see what I'm saying? People will pay them to come eat at my restaurant and take a Instagram photo of it. Come, you see what I'm saying? Come wear my hat. I'll pay you $1 million to wear my hat for the rest of the year. I'll pay you $2 million to wear only my clothes for the rest of the year. You see what I'm saying? When you have status, you can do that. You see what I'm saying? You get opportunity. You get to eat places free. You get to go places for free. You get more opportunity. More people want to work with you. Thus, when you a pup out here, right? When you a pup in the game, let's take content creation for example. When you a pup in the game, you'd be hard pressed to get collaborations. You have to beg for collaborations. But once you start getting a certain status, people start begging you for collaborations. And what happens when you have collaborations? You get more views, you get more subscribers, you grow a lot more because you have access to different audiences that you didn't have. This comes with status, right? The women treat you different. The women treat you better. Companies treat you better. Restaurants treat you better. You get the 5-star treatment. You get hotels get comped. Hotel rooms get comped. It's just a better treatment when you have status. When you the regular, average, everyday working person, you got to pay for that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of these celebrities and people who have status, a lot of these people damn near live basically for free. They pretty much only paying rent and car note and shit like that. Now, again, a lot of them want to spend money on designer and shit, but they don't have to wear that. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the times, a lot of them get their jewelry for free and say, hey, say, hey, man, I got my shit. Check out my Johnny Dang shit or my Jacob the Jeweler shit. They get on Instagram and they got 1 million followers. They got that jewelry. They don't pay for that jewelry because they know 1,000 more motherfuckers are going to go buy their shit from this dude now because they trying to be like and keep up with this dude. They trying to keep up with the rapper. And the jewelry man say, hey, let me give you my hair. Let me give you this shit. And you could be icy. You can get your hoes and you can get your shine and your swag on. You put it on Instagram and say you got it from me. And I get way more back than you just buying it from me. You see what I'm saying? Smart rappers understand that. A lot of smart rappers did that. You see what I'm saying? But again, a lot of these people, the majority of the stuff that they do is for free. They can go somewhere, they can go to a restaurant, the restaurant owner let them eat free. Go inside the shoe store or whatever. Hey man, take a picture, say you was here. I hook you up, give you whatever type of clothes you want. You see what I'm saying? They get in the clubs for free. They drink for free. Hey, tell everybody you're gonna be hanging out to here. Post it on Instagram and you're gonna be hanging out here tonight. Or, You get everything on me. It is what it is, and that comes with status, right? With status, you get a lot. You get a different type of treatment than you have with the common person. Again, let's take it in a light. Again, the content creation thing. Like, I would be able to work with more people than a guy who's just starting his channel, just starting his TikTok. People see my TikTok, they see I have 1 million followers. They see I'm a thought leader on my thing. Everybody want to work with me. People want to, hey man, we give you X amount of dollars. Can you promote our shit? Hey, they don't want to do that to the average person. You see what I'm saying? So I get more looks. I get more opportunity. I get treated a lot better. You see what I'm saying? When you get to a certain status, or you can damn near have access to the customer support people. If you got 100 subscribers and your YouTube channel get terminated, your ass out of there. But if you have 500,000 subscribers, you damn near have a person assigned to you that you can talk to and smooth shit over with. See what I'm saying? That's what status affords you. That's what status gets you. You get extra, you get French benefits with status. You see what I'm saying? You get to go in rooms that most people don't get to go in. You get opportunity and benefits that most people aren't afforded. You get treated a way that most people will never be treated. And I mean in a good way. You understand? And all of this alone. And I can go all night about the rewards of leadership. And I just picked some that I thought that would resonate more. But I could pick tons more, man. There's tons more to the rewards of leadership that outweigh the negative. And again, I only gave you like 5 or 6 right here. But just these alone, I can take one of these and it far outweighs all of the negatives. You see what I'm saying? But again, the reason for me even doing this podcast is because I want my select few of guys who on that type of time, who on this king shit, who on this leadership shit, to understand what comes with it. And none of this had nothing to do with how women treat you, because this is the game. We talking about, this the player, it's the game, it's the dating game, it's the playerism, this the whole nine. So, the majority of the content is centered around women, right? I ain't even get into too much how women treat you when you're a leader. Right now, the concept started because guys asked me, why do men have to take the lead or take the initiative when it comes to dating, right? But I decided to take this opportunity to teach you young guys, older or whatever, about this leadership shit, this boss shit, this player shit, this king shit, and how it benefits you in life, not just with women. So just imagine if the world treats you, just imagine what women treat you like when you lead your situation. You don't have to even be a leader you don't even have to have a company with 1 million workers, or, you don't have to have 1 million followers, but just imagine how when you just lead your situation, women treat you completely different when you're a leader, even if you just leading your situation. But even if they see that you lead in not only your situation with her, but everything else around that, you lead your life, you lead people in your life, you lead, you're a leader for real out here in the world, they'll treat you like it's I could do a whole separate podcast on just the benefits of that alone, that come with women. But again, I wanted to put some life game on you today. You understand what I'm saying? But that's the benefits and the benefits and the cons, the penalties and the rewards of leadership. But real quick, before I get out of here, right, I want to read something. I want to read something to you guys that came from this article, or this letter is profound, right? And I want to read it to you. I want to share with you this that I saw. I ran across this a long time ago, and this stuck with me. Now, this was a situation. Cadillac, back in the days, Cadillac was considered a thought leader or a leader in, their field, because they were being innovative and coming out with new ideas and new products and stuff like that. So Cadillac would be one of the companies that would try something first. And if it worked, then you got all of the copycats. And there was a point in time where Cadillac put out something and they were getting a lot of scrutiny. A lot of hit pieces were being done on them. A lot of people were coming at Cadillac's necks in the press and stuff like that. And there, somebody who worked for them named Theodore McManus, or what, I can't really pronounce the name, Theodore McManus. He wrote this and he published this in one of the papers, one of the popular papers at that time. And this is very profound. And this stuck with me. This is some real shit. Pay attention. This is what he wrote in response to the criticism and the backlash that Cadillac was having at the time. This is what he wrote. He wrote, "In every field of human endeavor, he that is first must perpetually live in the white light of publicity." First, before I say this, the name of this article was called "The Penalty of Leadership." So he named this "The Penalty of Leadership," this article. But anyway, he says, "In every field of human endeavor, he that is first must perpetually live in the white light of publicity. Whether the leadership be vested in a man or in a manufactured product, emulation and envy are ever at work. In art and literature, in music and industry, the reward and the punishment are always the same. The reward is widespread recognition. The punishment, fierce denial and detraction. When a man's work becomes a standard for the whole world, it also becomes a target for the shafts of the envious few." I'm going to say that again. When a man's work becomes a standard for the whole world, it also becomes a target for the shafts of the envious few. If his work be mediocre, he will be left severely alone. If his work be mediocre, he will be left severely alone. If he achieves a masterpiece, it will set a million tongues a wagging. Jealousy does not protrude its forked tongue at the artist who produces a commonplace painting. Whatsoever you write or paint or play or sing or build, no one will strive to surpass or to slander you unless your work be stamped with a seal of genius. Long, long after a great work or a good work has been done, those who are disappointed or envious continue to cry out that it cannot be done. Spiteful little voices in the domain of art were raised against our own Whistler as a mountebank, long after the big world had acclaimed him in its greatest artistic genius. Multitudes flocked to Bayreuth to worship at the musical shrine of Wagner, while the little group of those whom he had dethroned and displaced argued angrily that he was no musician at all. Sorry. The little world continued to protest that Fulton could never build a steamboat, while the big world flocked to the riverbanks to see his boat steam by. The leader is assailed because he is a leader, and the effort to equal him is merely added proof of that leadership. Failing to equal or excel, the follower seeks to depreciate and to destroy, but only confirms once more the superiority that which he strives to supplant. Think about feminism for a second. I'm going to read that again. I want you to think about feminism. Failing to equal or to excel, the follower seeks to depreciate and to destroy, but only confirms once more the superiority of that which he strives to supplant. Right? When people tearing you down, I should have reacted to this alone. When people are tearing you down, it's just a testament to how good you're doing. When people have something to say, right? Unfortunately for you guys, I'm not a drama queen, so I don't respond to everybody, right? Because again, people from a distance can't tell who is who. If I reach down in the mud, people from a distance gonna say, look at those two guys in the mud, so, but when people trying to tear you down, it's a testament to how good you're doing. There is nothing new in this. It is as old as the world, as old as human passions, envy, fear, greed, ambition, and the desire to surpass. It all avails nothing. If the leader truly leads, he remains the leader. Master poet, master painter, master workman, each in his turn is assailed, and each holds his laurels through the ages. That which is good or great makes itself known, no matter how loud the clamor of denial. That which deserves to live, lives. It's real. That's real, baby. His name is Theodore McManus. But anyway, guys, that ends my time here. I am your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. And that wraps up episode 4. I think we're on episode 4 of the Captain Saver Bro Show. Again, this show is brought to you by SaverBroAcademy.com. All my courses are there. Go there at SaverBroAcademy.com. Ultimate Ladies Man Seminar will be dropping April 4th. It's going to be dope. As the time goes on, we'll have more details. But if you missed that shit in October, you're not gonna want to miss this one. Join the Patreon right now. Patreon.com/KingDreism, KingDreism, and also follow me on all social media, KingDreism. KingDreism. That's on all social media, King Dreism. If you need a consultation, send me a message on Instagram or send me an email at all of those. The links and everything is all down in the descriptions. But maybe you're listening to this on Apple or some shit. How to be a player 1 at gmail.com if you need a consultation, or go to SaverBroAcademy.com. SaverBroAcademy.com. I'm tripping. SaverBroAcademy.com if you need a consultation as well, or you can send me a message on social media. But anyway, this is none other than your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. I'm gone.